Hello, my name is Chris Turner. Today I will be talking to you about how computers and technology have impacted the film industry through space travel. There are many interpretations of how space travel could be achieved before the space race of the late 1950s and 1960s. These interpretations, however, were validated and shot down by the technologies produced by NASA and other space programs around the globe. These newfound technologies created and inspired visions which have forever changed how we view and make our films. The first sci-fi film ever created was in 1902 by a Frenchman named Georges Méliès. He called his film A Trip to the Moon. It created new special effects that would spark an inspirational flame in the hearts and minds of a developing film industry. This film spawned several movies in the distant future as well as inspired them. The American public's interest in space travel produced one of the most creative films of the 1950s, The Day the Earth Stood Still. The special effects in this film revolutionized how films were created, written, viewed, and produced. It also gave the public a general idea of what outer space might or could look like. It wasn't until the 1960s when John F. Kennedy challenged NASA to get from the Earth to the Moon that the world had its first glimpse at what it took to leave its atmosphere and enter the dark void known as outer space. The information and technologies produced during this time created a space craze, especially in the film industry. Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey not only captured people's imaginations, it allowed everyone to see what life was like in outer space. This was the first film to use analog computer graphics to achieve the simulation of outer space through camera motion. This film spawned a plethora of groupies or junkies of space travel, creating a new subculture. Yeah, Star Trek did exist before Kubrick's vision, but arguably wouldn't be as big of a trend today if it wasn't for 2001. Even musicians like David Bowie, George Clinton, and Gwar jumped into this space craze. Dabbling in computer graphics changed the film industry altogether, none as more prominent as in the sci-fi genre. The world demanded a more realistic platform to depict outer space due to films and photographs taken during Apollo missions and shuttle excursions. As cheesy as it sounds, space is the final frontier, and what information we gather through film is the most obvious way to communicate our beliefs of our possible future. Thus, CGI was born. Films like Alien and Terminator let human minds run amok. The technologies developed for space travel were inspected and interpreted by filmmakers on a global scale. Today we have remade films like The Day the Earth Stood Still and I Am Legend to better accommodate for our current understandings of what is technologically possible. Filmmakers like George Lucas and Steven Spielberg have even updated films that they have made in the past to create a more realistic experience for the current viewers of today. We can even simulate an actor's motions and create an animated computer generation of their bodies. Regardless of the story, no matter how ridiculous, CGI can save a film at the box office. If the imagery is amazing, then the story can be lacking in substance. So, through space travel, our perception of what is considered amazing cinema is defined by the technological advances we have made as a society on this, our planet Earth. Computer-generated imaging has revolutionized special effects from a physical form to a synthetic form. This form defies the laws of imagination into the great unknown. The new revelation, our last encounter, the final frontier.